What's up, Tiwa?
How are you?
Very well, thank you. And thanks for being here. Welcome to the BlackBox Interview.
Oh, is that what it's called?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
It's just a small black box.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Doesn't sound scary.
No. Sounds frightening.
I don't believe you. What frightens you?
No, I'm just
Since
kidding.
you mentioned. But what frightens you?
What, in general?
Yes.
Flying.
Flying.
Yeah, I don't like flying.
But you fly a lot.
Yes.
So how do you handle that?
I don't.
Oh, I've seen videos of you flying.
You have?
I think it was Toke who put up one.
Oh, wow.
And you were literally shaking until the flight landed.
Yeah, no, I don't like flying. No.
Are you afraid of the police in Nigeria?
I have to be honest. I haven't personally encountered like a scary situation. I haven't. But I have seen them in action in other people. Like, for instance, when I'm going somewhere at night or something, I usually have like police escort or something. So I haven't really experienced it. But I've been driving through, and people who are around me, I've seen, or I've heard, and I've seen them experience, frightening situations.
Yeah. So what was the motivation behind joining the NSARS protest? Because you were pretty active with it, and you had a whole Instagram video and live and all of that, and you looked very passionate about it.
Yeah. I mean, when someone loses a life, when you see that, like, I'm just thinking to myself, there's a mother out there somewhere who's lost her son because of police brutality. Like I said, I know people around me who have experienced like just terrible, terrible brutality from police officers. And I mean, how can I be in Nigeria and not lend my voice, lend my brand or my platform to something like that? It's just, yeah, like people really close to me have experienced, just crazy situations, like frightening situations.
Do you think protests work?
I think you have to start from somewhere. So if it starts from a hashtag, and then it gets to protesting, and then it gets to, the government's ears, knocks on the right doors, and people who have the power to make a change. I think it does. Or it's a means to an end.
What do you think was different about this one, though? Because this NSARS hashtag has been around for 3 going on 4 years now. People have always talked about it, but this seems to be very organic with the anger, and people wanted to just express them.
I just think, they're just, in everything in life, it just gets to a point where you just have enough. Like, I think we're just tired. We're just, at this point, it's like something has to happen. I think it's just a combination of, being in lockdown. And I think it got really bad during lockdown for a lot of people. Like for me, I was hearing a lot more scary stories during the lockdown period. And I think some of them were abusing their power. And, they had illegal checkpoints as well. Like, it was just scary for some people. So I think, the youth who just had enough.
Yeah. You mentioned there that we are tired, and it's something that I know you also, sort of a movement you started a while ago, a couple months ago, I believe. There was a lot of talk about gender-based violence, and yes. I think a girl was killed, and you literally tweeted this, "We are tired," and it became a hashtag. And then you started an Instagram page, and you said this was going to be a thing for you. Tell us a bit more about that.
Yeah, I spoke about it as well a few times. Normally, like, I feel like a lot of us are usually busy in what we're doing. So we'll see something that happens and, like you're back on the road, you're, doing your show, doing whatever. But this time, everybody's literally at home, you're not doing anything. So it seemed to, like, I don't know, we were able to focus on it. For me anyway, I was like, this thing is crazy. And like you said, I just started the hashtag, and it was trending, and I couldn't just stop at the hashtag because it was just like, it was so much. And I was getting things in my DMs, like stories that it's crazy. The craziest part for me was like, some people think this is normal. Like, where do you even start? Like, it was like some people was sending me stories of, you know, a father, you know, having sexual relations with the daughter, or uncle or brother. And in some parts of our country, they don't see anything wrong with it. So bad that even the girls that this is happening to, they don't see anything wrong with it. They don't see that they're victims. So it was just like, for me, it was like, where have I been all this time? Like, this is really happening. Like, I've been in a bubble. Like, there's places, parts of Nigeria that this is every day, constant. So yeah, I couldn't just start something and then just not follow through. So yeah, it was really heavy on my heart.
What do you want to achieve with that?
So I know there's so many great charities and organizations out there who have been fighting this for years, and I just feel bad that I'm just now being heavily involved in it. So what I really want to do is come in with like legal aid, because I feel like, you know, when people are caught, a lot of these victims don't have money to go the full way to take them to court and, you know, get, you know, legal, you know, assistance. So for me, I want to, that's what my We Are Tired campaign is. I want to try and, like, even if it's 2 cases a year that I can do at least, like, I want to be able to fund that.
So is this for abuse victims or for women?
For women specifically. I don't want to say just for women, because, you know, young boys are also, you know, abused and molested at a very young age. So it started off because it was 2 cases that I saw of young girls, but I don't want to limit it to that. It's just, you know, young people who are, like, abused.
Yeah, it's a very big fight.
Yeah, for me, it's like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's also a re-education, like, to let people know, like, the abusers know that there's actually something wrong in doing this. They, like I said, they don't know that this is wrong. They feel like this is their right. So
these are 2 things I've mentioned now that you seem particularly passionate or involved with, at least, talking about, you know, the NSARS, the We Are Tired with regards to abuse. Are those the things most important to you? What are you most passionate about with regards to, like, a cause?
Right now, yeah, those 2.
Yeah.
Right now.
You were born in London.
Nigeria.
You're born in Nigeria. And then you moved out when?
When I was 10.
Okay.
Got up 10, 11.
For school?
Yes.
Or was there another reason why?
No, my mom told me we were going on holiday. And so when I got to London, she was like, yeah, we're staying.
Were you an only child?
No, I've got 3 older brothers.
Oh, 3 older brothers.
So the last born and the only girl.
Are they all here?
No, everyone. It's just me and Jamil. Everyone's in London.
Where's mommy now?
London.
Oh, she lives in London now. Because I know you guys are very close.
Very.
Yeah.
Very close.
What was growing up like with her?
I found it hard initially. I didn't really like her because she was tough on me. And I just felt like she was really, really tough. Not that I didn't like her, but I was... Okay, so it's weird. Like, I was really close to her. Like, I could tell her everything. I would tell her things that you wouldn't even think that you should be able to tell a Nigerian mom. I was that close to her. I would want to go out to parties all night, and she'll tell me I have to be back by 9. And
Hello.
I'm like, yeah, the DJ's
That's
not
when the
even
party
there.
starts.
They're not even there yet. Like, the people haven't even set up. So I'll be so angry. And I was trying to bleach, God, because I hated my dark skin. And she caught me. She threw everything out. And I was just like, oh, my God. Like, what is your business? Like, I think it was between, like, 14, 15, 16. Yeah. Yeah, I was really insecure.
Yeah. So did you move with your entire family when you were 10?
So my parents sent my brothers ahead first a few years, and they were, you know, studying and living in the UK, and then my mom eventually was just like, I'm taking my daughter as well, because I guess she wanted better for all of us.
Yeah.
And my dad was just like, nah, like we should stay in Nigeria. But my mom was like, nah, I'm taking her as well.
This is probably the very first time I've heard you say my dad
Oh, really?
in any interview.
Oh, wow. I know someone said that your next album, you have to name it after your dad. Otherwise, it's not fair.
Because I mean, I see you and your mom a lot. I've
Yeah.
seen you guys even outside of Nigeria, you
Yes.
know, especially when Jamie was younger.
Yes.
And I know you talk about her a lot. I mean,
Yes.
there's a whole album,
Yeah.
which we'll get to. Your dad.
Yeah, he's cool. Like, but I just had a closer relationship
Yeah.
with my mom. I guess maybe when we moved to London, we were living together. Like it was just myself and my mom because
Okay.
my brothers had their own place. So
And your dad was here.
yeah, so I was able to just, I don't know, I was just able to really bond with her a lot more. My dad, I didn't have those moments where, you know, you see people's dads, you know, playing with their hair or taking them out or whatever. Like, I didn't have that with him. And not to say that he was a bad dad. I think
Yeah.
he did what he thought was best. So
Yeah. What's the relationship like now?
still, you know, cool. Like, hey, Dad, how are you? How you feeling? I'm fine. How's the music? It's fine. How's Jamil? Good. All right, talk to you later. Pretty much.
That's
But
good
my mom
enough.
would be like, I saw you on Instagram, and then this person, did you see that Kelly Rowland posted on your page? Is she following you? Oh my God, Sam Smith. Have you spoken to, like, wow, she's literally
She's inside the
she's
matter.
everywhere. She has Snap, she has Twitter, Facebook,
Oh, wow.
Instagram. She just told me that she's joining TikTok and Thriller. I'm like, no, please.
It's
like,
enough.
Yeah, please. Yeah, my mom is very tech savvy.
That's nice.
Yeah.
So you moved to London. You knew of course you were 10, so you knew what was going on. You were aware.
I thought I was going on holiday.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
You didn't know it was a move.
No.
Were you
Yeah.
happy about that?
No.
Why not? Most 10-year-olds would.
Not
London.
all of my friends. Like, it's
Oh,
good
okay.
when you tell you're going on holiday. And I was supposed to go to Air Force. Like, I'd already enrolled and everything. They shaved my head, like, you know, like literally
For secondary school?
Yeah. And then she was just like, we have to quickly go to London for a vacation before. And I'm like, yo, I was excited. I bragged to all my friends, blah 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 blah. And when we got to London, she's like, yeah, we're staying here. And I was like, staying where? First of all, it's freezing cold. Like, when I got there, it wasn't what I expected. And when I got to school, it was horrible. My first day at Claremont High School, I'll never forget.
Your head was still shaved.
Yes, and I had a strong accent, and I was late. And the teacher was like, to put. I was like, everyone was like, and I was like, that's me. And she's like, why are you late? And I was like, sorry, ma, there was go slow.
What?
Yeah. Everyone was like, she was like, what?
You didn't carry go slow there.
I did. That's what we say. I didn't say traffic. I said there was go slow, and everybody was. I was teased so
Oh my
bad.
days.
I was teased. They always call me the African girl, African booty scratcher, foo. Do you guys live like your food smells? This, that. It was terrible. It was so bad. Like, I literally tried to kill myself 2 times.
Really?
Yeah, I was
that is a lot.
really depressed. I was really bullied. They would flush my head down the toilet during lunch break. God, like, I had to have like a police escort me sometimes because after school they'll rush me on the bus, like gang of girls, just like.
It's like a proper high school movie.
No, it was it was really
That's
bad.
a lot.
I don't know why I'm laughing, but it was really bad. It was very, very, very bad. And I used to try and I wanted to bleach to be lighter. I was growing my hair out. It was terrible.
How long did the bullying go on for?
For a good 3-4 years. And every time they would call my mom to school, like when they beat me up or whatever, like, you know, my mom would come, and these were like Jamaican girls, by the way. It wasn't like white girls. It was black Jamaican girls. And their parents would come, and their moms were way younger than my mom. Do you get what I'm saying? But they would come in like trendy stuff, and my mom would come, she would tie her hair with one Ankara. She'll wear boo-boo, then she'll wear turtleneck inside the boo because it's cold. And I'll just be like, oh my days, mom. And then she'll come and she'll say, you know, children of God should not be fighting each other. I'll be like,
Mommy, this is not the plan.
They're gonna beat me up even more. after this, just know I'm dead. So yeah, it was terrible. It was terrible. But then there was a guy I had a crush on, and he used to hang out with these girls, and they always used to sing these like SWV songs or whatever. So I went to my music teacher, and I was like, there was a school play, Sound of Music. So I was like, I want to audition, and he was like, oh, auditions are done. So I was like, no, I really, really, really think I can do it. So he gave me a song, told me to go back, practice, came back, and he looked at me, he was just like, you can actually sing.
So that was the first time.
That's where everything changed.
You were how old at this point?
Like 15. Yeah.
Did you ever sing in Nigeria before this?
Sunny Ade songs and stuff. No, I wasn't singing R&B.
Did you ever want to be a singer?
No.
So you got there.
Yeah. I wanted to get the attention of the guy.
Okay.
Yeah. And
what's his name?
And I practiced. I don't even remember. Kevin. His name was Kevin. He had like green eyes. Tall. Kevin.
Does he know who he birthed? Superstar.
He's gonna know now.
We need to find Kevin.
Kevin's probably somewhere short and fat and like like old. Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah, that's
so you did that, and then
and then I got the role as one of the children in Sound of Music, and that was it. Everyone was just like, "Whoa!" And they became my friends.
So the bullying so the music became sort of a savior?
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Then someone in my school was just like, I know some agent, that's looking for backup singers. And I was like, really? And then I went to an audition, and the guy was blown away. He was just like, wait, have you ever had training? Have you, just same way you're asking, like, have you always been singing? You hear, artists saying, I used to sing in church, or, my mom is a singer. I grew up in our household. It wasn't nothing like that. It literally was just like that. And I went to audition, and the first gig I got was to sing backup for George Michael, and I was still in secondary school. So I was telling everyone, like, I'm gonna sing for George Michael, and they all watched it on TV over the weekend. Got back to school on Monday, and I was literally like a star in school.
Did you realize how big a deal that was? I mean, it's George Michael.
Then no, now yes,
yeah.
I didn't. To me, it was just that I was trying to impress those girls. It wasn't a big deal like, oh, I'm singing for George Michael. It was just like, I was trying to like win their hearts.
So at what point did you say, okay, I'm going to take this seriously? It's not just about impressing anybody anymore.
I kept on getting, gigs. People recommending me, and I would do Mary J, this person, Blue Can Try. I was just, and I was now making money, like, from it.
And you were still in school?
Yeah, I was like balling like in school. And then I met a guy who plays drums for Black Eyed Peas, and he said I should go and study. He was like, you really, really have a talent, like ears for music. And at that point I was like, I'm gonna go into music full time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So you had to move to America? Yeah,
I went to audition, got a scholarship, and yeah.
How old were you when you moved?
This was like, so I started doing backup when I was about 15, I think 20 something. Yeah.
Who was the biggest person you say you did backup for? George Michael is pretty huge. Yeah. I don't know if you can top that. But you said Mary J. Whitney Houston.
Her last album. I have background vocals on her last album.
Wow.
I might post that actually. The credits in there said backup vocals, Tiwa Savage. Yeah.
Wow. That's a big deal. How'd you get a gig like that?
It's all word of mouth. Like when I moved to LA, it's like, oh, we know a girl, like she sings, they call you up. I go into the studio, sing, and yeah. It's all been, my whole journey hasn't been planned. Like I'm going to do this to do this. It's just been this has led me to this, then led me to this, then led me to something else. And just, yeah.
So you moved to America. did Boston, lived in a shelter.
It's not like a drug shelter. It's just like a house, like you know, like these people that have big houses and then they turn it into like
A home for
taking
people in.
Yeah, it's like, you know, maybe max 8 girls, 10 girls. It was like a how do you say? It's like, you know, people who are like, I know there was a girl who was just getting off an addiction. There's another girl there who was from an abused family or whatever. So it's like a home where you know, you just, if you don't have a shelter.
But so how did you get there?
So I'd finished school and I had like a year left on my visa, but you can't really work on a school visa. So I was literally like,
this was in New York.
Yeah.
What school did you go to there?
No, in Boston. Berkeley College of Music.
College of Music. Okay.
So yeah, it was just like, I just went to meet them. Like, I was actually staying with a friend of mine. We had a huge argument, so they kicked me out. And I wasn't
Where
really
is she now?
Yeah, exactly. And I wasn't really eligible to be there because you have to have gone through like some really, like, you have to come from something for them to put you there. And I went there and, you know, I was like, please, like, I'm from Africa. And yeah, they just put me up there. But I saw some people and I was just like, wow, people are going through a lot. You know.
How long were you there for?
About 6 months.
Wow.
Not really long. 5-6 months.
I didn't even think it was that long.
Oh, really? Nah, so yeah.
So you were in a shelter for 6 months?
Yeah.
Just leaving? Were you hustling? Were you?
Yeah. So I was like going to studio, recording, and, you know, I'll come back. I'll do like these odd restaurant jobs where they'll pay you cash because legally I couldn't, like, oh God, I hope nobody's watching this from like the US Embassy or something. You know, like you work, and then I'll do also like singing gigs at weddings and stuff, and I was, you know, getting paid like that. So yeah.
So how did you end up leaving?
Then I went to New York. And I saved up. I found a place in New York, in Brooklyn. It was like a, you know, brownstone apartment. There was like 6 people living there. I had a little box, like literally the size of this place. I had my kitchen,
but it wasn't
my
black,
bed. No, thank God. And then I continued, like, was just writing in studios. And Fantasia heard one of the songs. She wanted it. Then it caught the ears of a publisher. A guy called Rich, Sony ATV, and he gave me a publishing deal.
Nice.
And they gave me a fat check, and I moved to LA.
So you moved to LA?
Yeah.
You're in your early 20s?
Yes. Is it early 20s? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then did you move with a record deal, or you just went to explore what the city has for you?
Yeah. So they cut me a check. I was able to go there. I knew I had enough money for rent for like a year. I bought a car, a little Toyota Yaris, moved to LA, and I was just
Did you know anybody there?
No. I didn't know anybody in Boston. I didn't know anybody in New York.
How was your mom
Definitely didn't know anybody in London.
How was your mom thinking all this while?
I'm a lot like her. Like, we're both very, very reserved. We're not confrontational. I'm actually shy off camera. Even on camera, I'm shy. Most people who know me know that. But we're also adventurous. We're like, you know, so I can go to any city by myself, like, and I'll be okay because I'm a loner. So I don't really move around with like friends or stuff like that. Yeah, I didn't even have a bridal train. I shouldn't have said that because I know you're gonna try and go into that. Anyway,
not yet.
But yeah, I wasn't scared. I was like, yeah, I'm used to it. Yeah.
So what was the plan with LA?
There was no plan. I was just like, I have this check. I hear LA is good for music, Hollywood. I'm just going to go. See, when my money finishes and nothing's happened, I'll move back to London.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I didn't have a plan.
So what happens when you got there?
So I just started writing. I wrote a lot. Maybe close to 500, 600 records, maybe even more during my time there. Wow. Just trying to pitch it to different artists. I used to go to that same Universal building and sit in the lobby and just wait, and then get a meeting, sitting in front of like an A&R like this, and they'll be playing your songs, and he'll be like this. And you know, like you know the song. You know, like the best part is about to come. So you just be like, no, don't change. Oh, fucking hell! And then he'll be like, yo, you're really good. You're really good. I'm sending this to Chris Brown, Fantasia, whatever. And you know, if they like it, you know, and I'll just be like, all right, cool. And I did that for years. And
did anyone enter?
Yeah. Fantasia. I did a record for Fantasia. I did a record for Monica and Chrisette Michelle. So I had 3 placements, which, you know. And then I met Babyface. I started working with him. He was like, where you from? I said, Nigeria. He's like, oh, you listen to Fela? I love Fela. Like, there's just a movement going on in Africa. And I was like, yeah, I know. And I just started paying more attention to, like, Mo Hits. And I was seeing, like, Mo Cheddar and Sasha. And I was like, Two-Face, P-Squared. I was like, whoa, am I? Like, geez, what's going on? And, 6 months later, I told my manager, I told Sony ATV, I said, I'm going back home to do African music because it wasn't Afrobeat then. I said, I'm going back home. They're like, you're crazy. Like, and I'm like, no.
Like you're in Hollywood.
Yeah. And they're like, you're getting placements. Like, you know, people are now looking at you from there. Like, someone might want to sign you as a solo artist. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't want to just do R&B. I want to do African music. I want to combine the two. And literally, they all told me I was crazy. Even Harmony, who produced my first record, was just like, you're crazy. Like, you want to go back to Nigeria. You left there. You're doing good. And yeah, I know a lot of people want to know, is Tiwa Savage a feminist? The simple, well, not so simple, but simple answer is